Yes, hello, today, look. It's a fat pink tub of lard. Let's just cue the intro. Welcome to my channel, where cringy intros are cringy. Okay, so today is going to be another guide video. Today we're going to be talking about, basically, in 2021, it is currently August the 27th? Let me just double check this. Is it the 8th or the 27th? It says 2021 08/27. Now 08 is the month or the day? It's the month. So that means it's the 27th a day. All right, so today is the 27th of August, and today we're going to be talking about what you got to do to be real good at this game in terms of just team core setup, if we're talking about every single mode that you could possibly do in this game. All right, so what do I mean by that? That basically means if you were to pick just one team at all, and use that to become a Dragon Ball LeJohns player, which team would I say is both A, a great team for beginners, and B, a fantastic team for even experienced players? And the answer might trigger a lot of people. Well, look real close at the pink fat tub of lard, and if you're guessing his tag, you are correct. The correct answer for free-to-play / any person or / a budget player or new player or alt account, it's Regeneration. Why so? So let's actually look at all the formats so we get an idea of what we're actually dealing with when we're actually discussing, well, Dragon Ball LeJohns. All right, so first things first, here is a just generic regen team. It is not fully perfected. I am not a regen main. However, I am working on my regen because I've come to learn that they're just really good and you might as well have them. They're just, yeah, it's just really good. There's no way around it. I could go on, but let's just talk about first things first, PvP, because this game is primarily a PvP-based game. And what do you know? Regen is amongst the top 3 best teams in the meta currently. They might not be overrepresented like a lot of other teams, but they have such easy access to the Rising Rush, a ton of Vanish, and a lot of support and synergy to the point where they're just absolutely bonkers. So if we take a look at the character list real quick, we're going to get a good idea as to why they're so scary. So one of the biggest things is that they have access to a unit like this one. He can just steal Dragon Balls real quick, steal them, take like the opponent's Dragon Balls, put them into your own meter. Then, if you feel like it, if you're not, you're feeling extra spicy, switch into this guy, lock whichever unit you're trying to rise and rush, and just click the RR. That's it. On top of that, you have a unit such as this, and I'm not even talking about like if she is the core optimal unit. I'm just talking about if she dies, you get 2 extra Dragon Balls, because why not, plus healing. So there is that. Now, of course, she is not necessarily what everyone uses, but she is a good substitute at this point, and she's still very solid in PvP or in this format. On top of that, you have access to things like these 2 Legends Limiteds right here, like Teletubby Corrupted Zamasu, or alternatively, Tiny Pink Shet Turd. It's, yeah, that guy. And then on top of that, you also have access to him. This revival cell. So if he dies, he just comes back. So I died, yet I lived. And then finally, you also, if you can get him to 7 stars, he has a Zenkai Awakening. And his Zenkai Awakening is, well, infinitely better than his base self. So there you go. Now, with that being said, this is just one aspect. You also have DKP. Basically, you just have a ton of units. They have a ton of synergy. If you need to budget your regen team, you can still run this Legends Road Piccolo. And on top of that, if you've been playing when this guy got his free Zenkai to 2, you can easily have him at Zenkai 2. And if you want an extra Zenkai level, you just got to spend 1000 CC and boom, he's at Zenkai 3. So there's just a lot that Regen has that just puts them over the top. In fact, they also have a whole bunch of free-to-play units in the form of particularly this Buhan. He is a free-to-play unit that eventually comes back every now and then to just refarm, so that's really nice. And if you need to budget as well, you could always run this 21. She's not great anymore, but she's not bad. So as a result, you have tons of like solid unit options. If you need to budget, you can, and they're just generally speaking very tanky, they're very good, and just overall solid. The next format that I want to talk about when it comes to regeneration is Tournament of Power. Now, whether you love this mode or hates the mode, you gotta understand a couple of things. This is free CC. Like, if we click on, I think this. Now, bear with me. I'm trying to figure out the freaking season details. Thank you. This. Look at this. You get 100 CC for hitting 27 million plus. So I did that, so I'm going to be guessing the CC, which is good. We have this. If you are rank 1, you get 1,000. Basically, if you're anywhere here, you get like 1,000. Once you hit here, you get 750. And the nice thing about Regen is they're an easy top 1K finish. Like, you don't even have to worry about like top 1K to 6K, although they can easily make it there too. Generally speaking, I tend to range around 101 to 1,000, and Emily as well. So when we're using the free-to-play and this account, they're both hitting in the top 1K with ease. It is actually insane. All right, so if we take a look at my team particularly, so let's just look at my rank. I think I should am top like 300 at this point. I'm not sure. Top 200, my bad. So if we take a look at just my team real quick, I could have just showed it. There you go. The majority of these are regen units. The only 2 units that are not regen is this 18 right here and this 18 right here. Everyone else is both regen or android. These 3 specifically are both regen and android units. This is just a regen unit. This is regen and GT, and this is regen. So basically, the majority of these are regen. The only reason why I have 2 android units on this team is because they synergize really well with this Android 21, so that's the exception. But if you want to make a pure regen team, you can do that. Just let's take a look at a couple of these other regen unit players because they're here as well. Take a look at this. This is a full regen team, no androids only, and yeah, it's really easy. Do you need this cell? No, you don't. Can you use them? Yes. Can you use this Kid Buu? Absolutely. Can you use Super Baby 2? Absolutely. Basically, my point is if we take a look at another team, now some of these look very oppressive, some of them look like really ridiculous, but look at this. Look at how much regen you're seeing in the top 1K. Now, this one's more of an android team, so actually this one doesn't count. But let's look at this one. This one's a definitive regen team, although this is a whale regen, but it doesn't matter. They're doing worse than me, so there you go. That just says everything you need to know. Let's see. Another regen team. This is probably a regen team. Let's take a look. It is. Look at that. And this one is, well, would I say free to play? No, I wouldn't really say. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe they're banning regen. Who knows? But as you can see, there's a lot of regen players out here. And the reason for it is very simple. It's very easy to pick up. You can also just run this Buhan. You can also run this Cell. They do not actually have to be at 14 stars. I know stars are kind of crazy. What I'm trying to basically say is that you have actually options here. And regen isn't the only option, but it is, I would say, the safest and easiest option. As a result, you won't have to ever click on a heal spot or a change of team spot / average health, like health averagerizer thing. The thing that gives you average health thing where you average out your health with all your averaged out other units. And I don't know how to explain it. Basically, you put the health and you put it, and I don't know. It's you basically don't click the yellow spot, okay? Just don't click this yellow spot. That's all I'm trying to say. Water break. Hi, Emily. All right, so the next thing that we have to actually talk about, because you know there's a lot of things to talk about here. It's PvE. So if we take a look at events, let's take a look at just some events that you can do currently in this, this format. All right, so one event that I actually kind of want to show, just one fight, so you guys get an idea of what you can do with this. And to be fair, this is, I wouldn't say, the best advice in regards to regen. Not because I don't think regen isn't solid for this. It's more so the fact that I just want to discuss that regen can do this, but also a lot of other teams can do it. But if you have to invest in one team, regen can do this. So let's take a look at this. Let's actually look at what we have. So obviously none of these guys are boost units, and the only yellow I have on this team is the DKP. But let's just, for the sake of this, even without equips, play this out, okay? So we're just going to do this, and we're also going to fight him without a quick battle. Okay, so let's just do 1, 2, and then let's say for the sake of this 3. Okay, and let's just battle. So we're just gonna go through this really fast, and I'm gonna try to speed this up. So we're just gonna do that, or maybe we'll not do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just either way, let's just do it and see what happens.
All right, I will just dodge. There we go. Come on. Yeah. Ratata. Give him the cha-cha. 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 And then give him the ka-chow. Thank you. All right, Gren. Here we go. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but that's okay. Let's just do that. Yes. 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 Give him the big ka-chow. Yeah. 4. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, that's a lag. That's a lag. So we'll just take it all. I'll eat it. Dead. So we get 2 balls. We get 2 balls. That's a perfect vanish. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ka-chow. Give him the ratata. Give him the cha-cha-cha. Give him the kapow. Give him the standing still. Give him the green. Yes. Thank you. No. Let's do that. Thank you. So let's do that. Yup. Give him the ka-chow. Okay. Okay, ratata-ta-ta. Give him the strike. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then let's do that. And that should be the end of that. There we go. And done. Now, whether Smart View or not can take this is another story, but it doesn't really make a difference, because we'll just let it go through. Smart View just can't seem to handle the heat, and that's just how it goes. Anyways, goodbye. Goodbye. Just out. There you go. And this is without equips, this is without anything, and without running all yellow units or blah, blah, blah. So, simple stuff.
And if we had to just try to surpass me, I could also use regen to do that as well. So there's also that. The fact of the matter is you can use regeneration for any PvE event, and it's pretty simple, okay? So that's pretty cool. That's what's pretty cool about this team. You just could use it on pretty much anything that you want. And finally, we have co-op. And yes, even under this pretense, you can use regeneration units for co-op. A couple of good units for regeneration in co-op would be units such as Android 21, the blue one. Another one that is solid for this particular co-op is definitively Zenkai 7 Legends Limited, a yellow transforming Piccolo. That's also another phenomenal unit for regeneration for these type of events. Now, co-op is a little bit of a different monster altogether, as usually if you have a boost unit, you'd rather just use that. And since they've been doing a lot of more free-to-play boost units as of late, it's not very necessary. And so this segment is a little bit less about making sure you use a regen unit and more so about if you don't have a boost unit, you do have options if you've been maining regen. So if we actually go back and we go to the characters, let's take a look at every single character that could be considered for co-op, okay? So if we're looking at particular characters, this is a phenomenal character for it. She's a great debuffer once the shield is broken, and she's just a great support unit for both you and your buddy. She's also got card draw speed at the beginning, so farming Dragon Balls is pretty easy, and just overall, she's just fantastic at both buffing herself and her teammate. It's just, generally speaking, a phenomenal unit to use, and there's really nothing horrible about her. Her green card is very, very useful, even when the shield is up, and her ability to control the battlefield is phenomenal. The only problem with her is just her blue card's a little tricky to land, so usually you just don't use that unless you're forced to, and you keep that for when you have to do a Rising Rush. That's the sort of thing that just happens with this unit. The other unit that I usually recommend is this Legends Limited Piccolo, but usually only once he's Zenkai'd. The reason for it is that he's just really, really solid, has the ability to heal himself, and if you're, I think maybe even your buddy, but I have to double check that, so let's just double check that real quick. Nope, it's just for your teammate, for you and your team, so not your buddy, but at least he can heal himself over the course of time. He also has the ability with his passive to power up his buddy with the 20% to damage inflicted by allies or your buddy. So this is actually really cool. And the fact of the matter is, even when he's not Zenkai, this is still applied. So that actually means that he could actually have a legitimate case for being in this even at a non-Zenkai level. Now, of course, I haven't tested that, so I should probably test it. But if that actually does matter in the case of this, then in that case, you could even run this. So in this video, in the pinned comment of the video, I will mention whether or not I was able to do it with this Piccolo non-Zenkai at how many stars? 3 stars. If I can do this unit with this unit at 3 stars, and I pin it in the comments saying that I did do it, then in that case, there are no more excuses. You have them at 2 stars, 3 stars, you can use it. And I will be testing the extreme format, as, you know, anything less is kind of pointless. You should be testing it at the extreme format because that is the most important of the 4 co-ops. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much all there is in regards to Regeneration and why they are fundamentally the best team for free-to-play, for experienced players, for any players that are just trying to focus on one team. They're just the best in literally every format they're in. Now, this used to be Future. However, Future is no longer the case because Tournament of Power exists. And let's be honest, nobody really runs a Future team in Tournament of Power, at least in the top 1,000, or generally speaking, on average, you don't see them in the top 1,000. So this is Zed League. Zed League is the cream of the crop of the leagues, and I can assure you it's generally filled with movies, hybrids, androids, and regen. With that being said, guys, that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't hesitate to tickle the like button if you haven't already, subscribe, and click at the bell for more notificaciones so you never miss another one of my videos. Have yourselves a salty day, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a time, Phil G. Phil G.